Hi, I'm Brianna Motzkis.
And I'm Brittany Irene.
And today is our Wednesday box opening. All right, hi. So if you made it to box Fabric Chat this morning, you know Mom is hanging out at home, recovering from meeting with her accountant. And we will see her maybe later in the week. I did Fabric Chat with Tracy this morning, and Brittany's lonely without Aurora at home.
Yes.
Since she's also a cute little kindergartner, so I said she'd come hang out with me. I needed a +1.
Still have not cried.
All 3 of her babies are in school.
Yes.
It's sad.
And Aurora wasn't even slightly nervous.
No.
She was just so excited.
Aw.
When I asked her
That'd be a little harder.
Monday night, I said, what am I going to do without you? You'll figure it out, Mom. You'll be fine.
I'll see you after school.
Okay.
I mean, at least Harper was a little... I mean, I had to give her an extra hug. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. It's like, you're going to be fine. I had to coax her.
Yeah. No, Aurora didn't even want me to take her to the bus stop.
Oh.
Sissy's got it. It'll be fine.
Sissy needs me too. All right, if you are new to us, my mom and I own a quilt shop here in Ephrata, Washington, in the central of the state. My sister-in-law worked for us for a little bit and now has her own business, actually attached to the quilt shop. She does long arm quilting. So she hangs out with us still regularly, which is super awesome. We do Fabric Chat. We do box openings 2 times a week. We do them Wednesday nights at 5 and Sunday afternoons at 12:30, where we show you all of the newest things that are coming right off the trucks, so you can see them first. So you can either order them from us, or maybe we can be an advertisement for your local quilt shop, and you can go see if they too have this beautiful collection in that we just got. You can check us out, again, YouTube. We do a bunch of tutorials and classes. We have a pattern line, a full website. So check us out if you're brand new. We are a little bit chatty through box openings, but we'll get to the goodness. So hang in there, but we will show you everything that is new. All right, let's go ahead and let's get started. I do have some gifts to do. I wonder if I should do gifts first. I have 2 gifts. I have this one. And this actually says egg coddler. So if you have been hanging out with us regularly, you know that we just got back from an Alaskan cruise that the Fabric Patch put on. So we had like 54 husbands and quilters that came with us on this quilting cruise. We did a little fundraiser for the Hood River Quilt Museum that is in Hood River, Oregon. So that was a really cool fundraiser option for us. And we went up and did a quick Alaskan cruise. Super beautiful. We had fantastic weather. Everything was great. And every morning when we fought the crowds for food, I always had a coddled egg. And it was fantastic. It's like a, what did Mom say it was similar to?
Poached
egg? Poached egg?
Poached egg.
Yeah. It was like a poached egg, kind of. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a soft,
it's a soft-boiled egg. So they did it. It was more of a hard-boiled egg on the ship, but I could see we're on the ship that they're not going to want anyone to have any, you know, dietary issues while you're there. Just because, you know, it's a lot of people, small medical staff. No need to add issues that don't need to be there. So these were actually hard-boiled, but gosh, I had them every morning. Me and Kirk, we had to fight for these. And then me, with my big old mouth, asked and told people, oh my gosh, you've been eating the coddled eggs. No, but now they were. So I had to make sure I got there before they stopped serving them. So the cruise ships have, you know, tons of food, but I could see they were in little ramekins, and it had like the egg, a little bit of butter and a cream sauce and cheese, a little bit of meat. It was to die for. Wow. But they only could, I'm sure, only made so many, because what do you do with the leftovers? And having, you know, keeping food waste down in a cruise ship is hard anyways. But so Miss Jennifer Oates sent us an egg coddler. So you crack your egg in here, put all your goodness, seasonings, and then you put your little lid on. And then what you're supposed to do is put it in boiling water up until the lid. You can put a little bit over the lid, but since it's sealed on there pretty well, it'll keep the water from going into your cooker. And then boil it until your desired egg type, whether you like a 3-minute egg, 12-minute egg, whatever.
My kids would love that. I do not cook them eggs
so
often
good.
enough. Because I don't like eggs.
I need to try. So I have not tried a coddled egg yet. But what I was thinking about doing is taking a a casserole pan and putting water in it and putting my ramekins. So it'll do the same thing as this, but I can do more than one at a time. And I liked it hard. Yeah. Hard boiled. And I feel like I do that with the kids anyways. They have so many germs in their life anyways. I don't need to add salmonella into the batch. But they eat, you know, Robert does soft eggs and everything, but I really liked it. So I'm going to try it with my ramekins in a water bath in the oven.
We do a lot of pirate's eye toast when we're doing eggs.
Oh, my kids love that.
Yeah. Aurora has to have it over easy. Has to. She will not eat it if it's fully
likes
cooked.
a runny egg?
Yes.
Wyatt likes it runny too. He likes a little dip in sauce.
Eliza, I have to actually like scramble it in the little hole.
Everything is cooked.
Scramble it.
That's how I eat it. Everything has to be cooked.
Yeah. I have to have all of the white cooked. I like a nice over easy egg, but it has to have all the white cooked. I don't know why.
It's a texture thing.
Yeah. It just
It's a texture thing.
makes me feel icky.
Yeah.
And Jordan, it's just like 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Give it to me. I don't care.
Sloppy. That's a military guy for you. He might not have very much time to eat, so he's going to take it when he can.
And he has, so his pirate's eye toast, and then he has to have a whole nother piece of toast. Because there's not enough toast to get all, because he eats like one bite with a little bit of egg.
Yeah, my kids really like it. I also have them confused that pirate eye toast and frog eye toast are two very different things. And it drives Robert crazy. He's like, that is what I'm making is frog eye toast, but it's actually called pirate's eye. And Harper's like, that doesn't make sense, Dad.
Not call them toads in a hole.
Toads in a hole. Maybe that's where I get frog's eye toast. I don't know. Maybe I'm the confused one.
No.
Yeah, my kids love it. And, you know, their favorite part is, and they are disappointed if Dad doesn't save the circle he cuts out. Because that's the best part. Why did you eat that? Mom, why did you eat that?
Why did you eat that? Why didn't you?
I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted a piece of toast.
Aurora asked me the other day, we made it, and she's like, can I have just two of the little circles? That's not how it works. You get one with one pirate's eye toast. That's how it's made.
I could buy bread round with no crust, cut into circles. The kids would think that's the best thing on earth.
Yes.
But,
and I just, you can't waste all that extra bread.
I mean, even when I make my own little Uncrustables or whatever, you know, the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I have that Pampered Chef cutter that cuts in a circle and crimps it. I make a bread casserole out of that side.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's like, that's a lot. I mean, even if I give it to the chickens, that's still a lot of bread you're wasting. So I make them a casserole for the next morning.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So, let me open this one. I have one more. I think this might be a donation item, actually. This is from Quilted Frog Studio on Etsy from Blue Rock, Ohio. I think this is a bra auction donation. Ooh. And Tracy and I chit-chatted about bra auction this morning. We are still taking nominations for people who are recovering or going through breast cancer, whether they be men or women. And also we are still taking donations for it. And it's going to be October 26th?
26th.
Okay, maybe. All right, we got that. And we have the little donation form. Very important. You can get that on the website. This is a 41 by 18 reversible table runner or wall hanging in pinks and purples. It may need to be ironed, of course, after shipping. No real pattern, lightly quilted, so it will be puffy after washing. I did use the batting that was allowed for less quilting. There you go.
Oh.
Super cute. So it's donated from her Etsy shop, which is the Quilted Frog Studio. Her mother had died from breast cancer, so it's a very special fundraiser for her.
Yeah.
Very cool. Love it. Beautiful. I love the quilting. Yeah, I think after it's quilted, it'll look beautiful. Whether it be I'd almost have that fit. I have like a couch table, that is a big one, and I love changing out my runners on that one. Beautiful. Jennifer, thank you so much. I will add this to my donation pile. All right, and let's, I got a box over here. And this is actually box 2 of 2, so I've got one of these down here still to open. Ooh. Look how soft and pretty that is.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, I love these.
Oh, it has dragonflies on it. A coveted little bug. Oh, this one's dragonflies. these
a
too.
little bit darker, maybe.
I love how soft it is.
Yeah.
That sweet, soft coloring. Oh, I love this one.
Ooh,
Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna get the other box open. We'll take some plastic off and then we'll show you up close. Okay, this is really sweet, very soft. This is also a Lewis and Irene collection. So I think last week we opened one, I think the fall one maybe. We opened a Lewis and Irene and it is very pretty. This one is called Water Garden and it's full of really soft colors. You have this really pretty kind of colonial blue that I think really adds a little bit of depth to those colors, but they're very soft, beautiful little prints. And they're not very, I mean, there is some scale difference to a tight, a little bit larger, and then there is essentially a large scale, but they do, it's really, really well done. Very soft. So if you're someone who likes a tonal quilt, that blended look where there's not a whole lot of color, but you like the extra texture, this is definitely that. So on this pretty, oh gosh, I don't know.
it's coming through really green, but
Really
it's
green?
like
It's-
gray.
It's a gray teal. With, it looks like a kind of a ginkgo leaf, but maybe it's kind of a petal on it. But it's really, really pretty. So same thing, this is kind of a dusty blue with kind of a darker blue petal ginkgo leaf look on it. This one's more of a lavender. Very pretty. If you like Liberty cottons, this is, I feel like, a very close representation of their kind of muted colors, and also scale, I think, is really close to this. This one's a little bit of a larger, this was, I would say, their biggest print. It is a little bit directional, but you have these really pretty calla lilies, some other lilies mixed in, and these really pretty dragonflies popped in there. This make a really cool bag. This one's on that kind of a dusty blue background. And this colonial blue, I love this. I love how the lavender pops in that. And that fun, really soft olive green. Beautiful. I love the little thistles in there. So again, one more, same print, but kind of on a ecru background. It's funny how it looks, you see different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can really see the cute little pretty tossed petals in there. All right, and if you like the dragonflies, there's more. This one's definitely a toss. So tossed lilies, a little bit of a breeze looks like going through there, and your dragonfly is going every direction, which I think is super great. Or they could be flying over water. So this one's on that kind of a light blue. And you've got kind of that lavender. Beautiful. And you've got a lot of extra blue mixed in there. And then that kind of cool dusty teal. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. All right, and then on to just a floral toss. This is that ecru, kind of maybe more on that lavender side. It looks really good next to this one. And then you've got your vines of leaves and flowers, blues and whites. And this is a soft white background with green leaves and those really pretty kind of dark tealy blue petals. That colonial blue with lavender and blue and green leaves. I love the scale of this one. I feel like it would really read kind of that more solid with a little bit of a texture. So if you're looking for a small tonal print, I feel like I would try using one of these. I really like the texture. And as you step farther away from it, it's not going to look as colored. It's still going to look very colonial blue. And then this really pretty, so on like the dragonfly piece, they had that really pretty calla lily. And I love the little shapes of this one, almost like little hearts made with the vines. This one has that pretty blue. This has more of a purpley background. Let me grab like this one. So it's the dark. So the dark of these little fun petally ginkgo leaves is that background, accented with the light. Really, really beautiful. And lastly is a really pretty green background. I think this is the only background that is green, but this green is in every single piece. Whether it's accented in the leaves, accented in the flowers, the dragonflies, you see this green everywhere, but this is the only piece that has it in the background. So super, super pretty. And again, it's called, what was it called? Water Garden. And I think it's 15-yard bolts. So I think I am going to cut some half yard and some fat quarters. You guys seem to really like that when we did it last week. So I'll cut some pre-cuts for you guys of these because I feel like putting all of these together to make a really cute turning 20. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 pieces. So I'm going to cut some fat quarters and half yards so that I'll even look to see a free pattern that you can use them up with. But really pretty, whether you're wanting to do a quick dumpster diver would be really pretty. A hope floats would be really pretty. You could fussy cut out some of your dragonflies. But anything, I feel like the whole scrappy look of this would be really, really pretty because it adds so much texture and value in every piece of fabric. All right, I'll get this cleaned up and then I have a Notion box to go through. Okay, I've got a big old Notion box. This is fragile on it. I don't know what's in it. But there's some notions. All right, so on top, these are the little hexie templates that I was telling you guys about. So the hexies that we're doing, we have them all pre-cut, but if you don't want to pay for pre-cut hexies, not sure how to cut any out, all that, you know, hubble bubble about it. These are 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2, 2 1/2, and 3-inch hexies. But they're in a beautiful template. They come on a little ring and they're like a 1/4 inch template. So you can choose to trace around them, cut around them. And again, they're measured from point to point of your hexagon side. They measure here is 1 inch, not here when you're doing your full hexies. And it gives you a 1/4 inch all the way around. So I think that's really cool. Whether you're wanting to do some fussy cutting with some 60-degree triangles, if you're really enjoying the English paper piecing, this is just a really nice, inexpensive. This is like 20 bucks. So these are really inexpensive. And I also like that they give you the 1/4 inch dot. So if you choose to sew these big hexagons together with your sewing machine and do a cute little hexie quilt, I know you can't see that. I'm sorry. If you try to do a cute hexagon quilt, you'll want to know where those intersections are because, of course, you'll stop a 1/4 inch from the end so you can add your next piece in. So I really like that they give you those points already. That saves a whole lot of time. So super cool. So if you're into the hexies and you need a inexpensive way to cut your own, this is a really good buy on templates.
I'm addicted again.
Yeah,
I did my little table runner and then I took a break. And then I brought it back out.
It's fun. It's easy probably to do when you're just sitting watching TV with the kids.
Yeah. And they like to like plan out my little, I want this color with this middle and
fun.
Especially Aurora.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that one, Mom. Okay, well.
You won't put that one on yours. Yeah. Because I think I'm always this time of year looking for something that I can do with the kids. Or they're watching something right after dinner real fast. Or if we're going to an assembly, a sports game, there's something I need to do to keep my hands busy. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just wasting time.
Yes.
And there is laundry to be had and dishes to put away. But if I'm at least doing something, I don't feel so guilty just sitting there. So
I do a lot of crocheting, but I don't know. I have like 8 different projects going at one time. I can't concentrate on one until it's like done.
Oh,
I have to break it up so it doesn't get monotonous.
Yeah, I get that. I'm that way, especially when I quilt. And then I have some needles in here. Milner's size 7. So size 7 is what we use for ruching, doing yo-yos, that kind of thing. This is just a size 7. We've been showing some of the ruching stuff that we do with Laura Estes. And then these are the size 11 ones. So again, Milner's size 11. They're a little bit skinnier, but what's really nice about a Milner's or a straw needle is the needle is the same size from point to end. So even where you put your thread through, it's the exact same size. So we use the size 11 because it's like an invisible needle. It's so small. It's long enough, so if you do have chunkier fingers like me, it's not going to be hard to stitch with. It's just going to help your stitches be invisible. So the size 11 is what we use for our English paper piecing. So we're our hand piecing where we really don't want to see the stitches when we're done, but we have to piece it together somehow. Size 11 is for that. Size 7 is for just quick, gosh, what do you even call ruching? More of a application thread. Yeah. You don't want to use hand quilting thread. The reason you don't want to use hand quilting thread is it is a super honkin' thread. If you're doing yo-yos or ruching where it's just about, you know, scrunching everything together and then you're going to apply it to something as a 3D option, hand quilting thread is fine. If you are trying to piece with something where you're not really wanting to see your stitches, you're totally going to see the hand quilting thread. It's a 40 weight thread laced in this really pretty wax, so it just glides through as you're stitching, but it really is meant to be seen. So whether you're quilting a quilt because it is done and you're wanting to do some quilting because you feel like, hey, I made all these hexies by hand, why not just keep going? You can do it that way. Or if you're doing just applications, yo-yos, ruching, that kind of thing, that's not a big deal. But for hexies, for stitches you do not want to see, size 11 and like a 60 weight thread.
I made that mistake.
Yeah. It's in here. Books.
Rope sewing project.
So rope sewing projects, the reason I got this is my machine embroidery retreat is coming up in a hot second, and one of our projects is doing a rope bowl. So I think rope bowls are super cool. I think when I was a teeny bopper, maybe Eliza's age, she would be offended if I called her a teeny bopper, but
yes. I'm not a teenager yet.
With preteen attitude, I'm pretty sure I was doing this with Mom. I think I was taking a cotton cord, wrapping it with fabric, and then making it, but it's super fun. So we're actually doing it in the machine embroidery retreat where we're going to embroider a base and then rope bowl around it. But there's so many cool things you can do with it. So I bought the book to go along. I have some extra cording and stuff because there are people coming to our embroidery retreat that are here just to sew and hang out. So I don't want them to feel like they have to buy the whole embroidery kit to be able to do one project with us. So that's why I got those. Super cool new ideas in there. This is quilter's freezer paper. So again, if you're wanting to do different appliquing options, this freezer paper is great. You can, one size is shiny and it's 8.5 by 11, so you can print it right through your printer, cut it out, and you can actually fuse it to your fabric, cut out your shape, and then just peel it right off. It doesn't leave any residue, and you can reuse it a couple times. So freezer paper is kind of cool. It's kind of the hidden gem of
stitch and seam.
So stitches, I should have grabbed the bag that has this, but what is really cool about it is you stitch it to the back of your fabric and then you hit it with the steam of your iron and it shrinks it. The fabric itself, it's kind of like organzy-ish, and then it just shrinks everything to add texture to your material. Whether you're doing it because you want to do it as a center of a sunflower, or you just want to add texture to a really cool small bag that you're going to make for Christmas. So I have a little cute little bag that I textured. And in there, I think on the back of this sheet, it's nice. They give you the grid option. Oh, it's right there. Yeah. So if you want it to make it, you know, a 6 by 7 piece, what size of fabric you should start with and what size grid you should stitch on it. And you just stitch it with your basic quilting cottons, doesn't matter. And you just stitch a cute little grid in there. So if you have the wing foot, your Pfaff ring foot, I'll have Anna put a little picture in for you. That one makes sewing a grid wicked fast.
Super easy. Because
your foot is already marked in lines and you just go to town. It's pretty cool. It used to be called Texture Magic back in the day. Some project pouches. It's in color peony.
It's so Emma.
What is it? 6 by 8, maybe? It doesn't say. It's cute. Little zipper.
Little gingham.
And it's like a mesh, so it's breathable. So it's not totally sealed, but you can easily put your hexies in it. You can put some other on-the-go projects in there if you want to. What's in there? That's all that's in there. Just a quick little notion box. We opened a ton of boxes last week for you, or a ton of notions last week, so this may have been what couldn't fit in the first box. So, super fun. All right, and let me get another box of fabric for us.
Fabric.
Okay. I got quite a few from Northcott.
Ooh.
Looks like.
Man, there was a reason I stopped watching box openings.
I know. It's bad for TikTok.
Yes. And I really didn't need to hear anything more out of Jordan's mouth. Not that he ever, like, chastises me, but it's the, did you really need it?
It won't go bad.
Did.
Yes.
Really did.
Did you get 2 projects done at least?
I know. That's the best thing is when you can reward yourself. Because I finished a project, I used it from my stash. Like, oh, look, now I can go get something new. My struggle is always, I will do things from my stash, but there's always something missing. I don't have enough background. Or I don't have the right border. Or the right shade of blue for an accent. Because my stash is very one side of the color wheel. Pink, orange, purple, a little bit green, that kind of thing. If I'm looking for reds, blues, or browns, I'm going shopping at Mom's. Because and vice versa. It's like, I cannot. It's like, Mom, I can't. I'm not going to just go buy some greens to fill my stash, but
I've been really
maybe
trying.
as I get older, I'll be more
I have a nice
responsible and
little-
get every color of the rainbow.
I think that just from my shipping experience,
Yeah.
the older you get, no, you don't get
No.
You keep building that.
You keep building it, yeah.
All of my collections kind of on the shelf because this will be, you know, this collection will do
Yes.
something. And then I've been building
I think
it.
so too. It makes me happy. If I don't know what I'm doing, I'll maybe go try to clean my sewing room. And I always end up in my stash closet just petting the fabric. And oh, you don't go here.
My favorite, those batiks. Every time I see a batik, it's like, oh, I need that. I need
Yeah.
that. I need that.
Big modern florals are definitely my weakness, and batiks are my weakness.
Yeah.
I can instantly think of something to do with a batik and get it and do it in 3 years from now.
Yep.
But love it still to this day. We'll still love it. Yeah, that's my. Speaking of stash goodness, so we are almost done. We have 2 more retreats this year. So it's my embroidery retreat, and then it's Mom's fall fun Christmas retreat. That's actually the same time as the bra auction.
Ooh.
But next year we're going to add 2 more retreats to our already scheduled retreats. Those will go out January 15th. There will be an email that goes out, so make sure you sign up for our newsletter, and that will be all of the links, everything you need to know about those retreats. We will talk about a week or 2 weeks before that email goes out. We have a Fabra chat that we talk about the dates. So you have a week or 2 to talk to your people and say, hey, I'm going to try to get these days off. Can I be pre-approved just in case I get in? All of those weird things. We still understand life happens. People get married. People have babies. That all of a sudden you can't go for that. But one of them that we're going to put in is going to be a stash management retreat where we talk about ways to organize your stash, how you do it in like collections, or do you want to do it in like kits, and kind of ways to keep it together. Also sharing tricks if you share your sewing room with somebody, because Mom and I shared a sewing room for quite some time. And so there was ways that we had like a no-touch zone. If it's in this area, it's not up for grabs. And we also show you a whole bunch of projects, and we'll do a project that's all stash fabric. That yes, you know, if you have to buy a background, if you have to buy a border when you're done, you know, it's not frowned upon. But we're going to talk about just stash management, how to use your stash, not feel bad about it. So
Yeah. Maybe Eliza needs to go to that so she stops touching my
yeah,
stuff.
so she can start her own.
Sorts through all of it. That's in a collection. Stop touching it. But
Yeah.
I need that one blue.
Wyatt really wants to get into my sewing room. Like
He's kind of a master on the long arm, though.
bad talks to me to all my friends here at the shop. My mom won't let me.
It's
well,
true.
I
He
will,
came
but
in and asked,
I don't
will
want to
you let me sew on yours? Can I have some of your fabric?
Yeah, I know. I need to do something with him. Harper, oddly, is not. I mean, she loves fabric, but she's not hounding me to touch my sewing machine. She loves to bake. She wants to get the mixture, get the whisk, and make food, make dinner. And I guess I was like that too. At her age, I could make dinner and boil water, but you know. So yeah, so more retreats coming, and hopefully I'll learn how to share by then. But
Probably not.
It's my one safe place. So this looks like a bunch of textures. This is a cute little like hatchie with cute little stars. Cute.
Used to be called Stash.
Stash! Ah! Fitting. Fitting. Because like this color does not have anywhere in my stash. This color is definitely missing.
Oh, I could use all of them. Maybe not that one.
I was looking to do a red, white, and blue quilt for somebody, and I didn't have anything. I had like 1 or 2 reds and like a blue. And
I
like,
always have, well, being
tis a
married to
problem.
Jordan, I have to have red, white, and blue.
I mean,
have to.
I don't even know. I've got red and blue thread. But yeah, so it's super cute. So I'm going to open the rest of the boxes. We'll get these all out and we'll show you up close. Okay, so Stash from Figo. Figo is Northcott's artsy side, more modern design side. So super, super cool stuff. So I actually have it in fat quarters already. And there's 36, I think is what we thought. 36.
28.
28. Yeah, see, almost. 28 different pieces. Some of the colors are the same with different textures, but you'll see as we go through, there's like, is there 7 different textures that we said? Or 7 colors in 4 textures?
4 different textures.
There you go. 4 different textures, 7 colors. So I have it in fat quarters, or we also have the whole smorgasbord of pre-cuts. So 5-inch squares. Again, you're going to have a few duplicates to get to 40, but you'll have 5-inch squares, 10-inch squares, the 2.5-inch strip, super pretty, and even the little mini guys, the little 2.5-inch squares. Also, with it, we have this really cool pattern, and you'll see as we show you the colors, they'll look really good. This is called Then Came June, is the pattern company. The pattern is actually called Color Chaos. And it takes, there's a baby, a throw, and a bed size quilt are your size options. Your throw takes 34 fat quarters. That's where I probably got my number. Or you can do quarter yard cuts. So again, something you can use really good with your stash fabrics. Or you can get a fat quarter bundle and a few extra from your stash to do it this way. But they have a really cool color option in the back, a color code, and also showing you in moderns or in more of a scrappy setting. So really cool. Really, it looks like a really well detailed pattern in there too. So also a pattern option. I'll also see if there's some sort of a free option, but it's hard with something that's more color wall and more texture. They don't usually do a free pattern because you can turn anything into a tonal quilt or a stash busting quilt. Okay, so we might have to reposition the camera, but we'll go through all of the colors for you, and I can actually tell you the color name and make sure that the colors come through correctly. All right, so we have the camera moved. Let's see if we can show you. Do you want to see if we can pan through all your colors real fast, and then we'll come back through and say texture. So again, you're going to see all of the colors. You've got some more of those modern citrons, the really cool mauvey colors to your really true purples, blues. So I really like that they mix it between the really common colors to some of the newer fad colors, which is super great. I love this green, brown, black thing going on back here though. I think that's pretty cool. And you'll see the textures are very small, just a little bit of movement going on. So if you want something more solid without being a solid color, they really gave you that option to do that. It'd make a really fun 3-yard quilt. If someone's like, oh my gosh, purple's pinks and nothing else, you could really pick out 3 and feel like you're good. So this one, you'll see one of the textures is more of a plaid with the dots of bright white. This is a bright white star. All of, most of these are a bright white star with a really cute plaid on there. And this one's in chartreuse. This is a little like confetti toss. So it is a sun yellow with white little confetti. This one is coral with the confetti. This is color wine. It is wine, but it's very much a red wine. It's almost like a barn red. It's a really, really pretty red with these cute little, this is a bright white ring, stitch ring on it. Another texture, a little stripy dot. This one is in color rust. And this one has kind of a more off-white dot. And it is an irregular dot, which is really nice. I really like an irregular dot. Back to the little star, checky star. This one is in color red. A really good Christmas option. This one still in the star. This one is in orange, which is strange. I would not call this orange. This is like a dark coral color. Because if we put these two together, look at those. I still wouldn't call it orange.
And it's not coming through orange at all.
Yeah, it's not. Don't think orange. Think corally, blushy pink. It's more pink and coral than anything else. Another check star. This is color rose. It's kind of a pink and purple. Oh, this is what you guys think puce is. I think this is puce. Puce is not an ugly green. It is a purple pinky color. Ba-ba-bam. This is the color of my hair. Which is berry. Irregular dot with like a light berry on the dots. Another star in petal. This is a really pretty pink with a bright white star. This one is that confetti in color pink. This one has a little bit of lavender to it, but it looks like a really good baby pink option for sure.
Coming through really like blush pink.
Oh,
very light.
Not blush pink. A little bit brighter than that.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy? Yeah, cotton candy sounds good. Another irregular dot. This one is color orchid. I agree with that one. Irregular dot. This is a bright white dot. And the dot color or the star color might be the hard one for you guys to see. So again, feel free, use your notes if you're ordering and say, hey, I really hope all of these, go together. They're all going to go together, but if you have any questions, we'll help you. This one's purple. Beautiful purple color with the white stitch circles. Beautiful color. And then the confetti. This one's cloud. I agree, a really good pastel bright blue. This one is sky. Just a touch darker than cloud. This one is also with the bright white dots, but you can see just a little bit darker and a different texture. And then we've got blue. It looks like a piece of denim that has stamped white stars on it. Beautiful piece of fabric. And then this is denim with the rings. Very pretty. This one is mint with the little confetti triangles, bright white.
It's coming through very white.
Oh, it's very mint. Sorry. Very much mint. This one is teal. And kind of a dark teal. More close to like a mallard teal. But beautiful. All right. And then on to those beautiful greens. This is emerald green with kind of a light emerald dot.
That would go great with that other red for Christmas.
Ooh, yeah, it would. This is a perfect Christmas green. This one they call olive. This is like a dark olive. I would almost say this is like evergreen pine green with a white stitch circle. This one is sage. I agree with that. Beautiful. Plaid with the white stars on top. I love this guy. He's the lightest one we have. This is linen. So kind of that light tan with the bright white confetti on it. See if I can make a mess. Here we go. This one is chocolate. So chocolate brown with kind of a pale, gosh, what is that color? No, a pale ecru confetti on there. Then I've got bark. Beautiful brown. Real color of dirt right here with a cream dot right there. It is. That's like the perfect shade of dirt.
It is. I love it.
Just sign me up. Brown. So it's funny. It seems like a lot of these that have the stitched circle on them is very much your, your primary colors. Your purple, your blue, your true colors for sure. a good dark brown. And then another dot. This one is called Steel. So again, kind of a black and white wash with a light white, a soft white dot in there. And then lastly is our black with the stitched circle. And this is more of a charcoal. This wasn't, I think even if you did like a solid black next, it would be still, you know, solid black is going to be blackest. But more of a charcoal with a bright white circle stitch. And that is stash. So I really liked that they intermixed the textures. So you saw as the color wheel went through, because we had it pretty much set in a color wheel, that as your shades changed, your textures changed too. So if you really did want to do a 3-yard quilt in greens or purples, you really could get the texture variety without having to do a whole lot of work. So you'll see all of these. If you have any questions to make sure that they all go together, they match something you've already purchased, let us know, put it in your notes or send us an email, and we will be more than happy to check on that for you. And then remember, there are pre-cuts and a really, really cool pattern. All right, that's everything we had for you. We had the Water Garden, really soft blue, kind of that smoky pastel, really, really pretty. Lewis and Irene. So if you are a Lewis and Irene fan, a Liberty fan, I feel like it's right up your alley. Even if you enjoy French General by Moda, I feel like they have the same feel, but a little more whimsy because they have the cute little flowers and the dragonflies, whereas French General is pretty more just floral. Really pretty. And a bunch of notions, just some really fun stuff, some things maybe to help you with your hexy endeavors. And then stash, really, really pretty. And we were thinking stash would be really pretty if you wanted to do double decker. Is that what we thought?
Double decker or the slice and dice.
Oh, slice and dice. Yeah. Where you can really use all your colors to make something really, really pretty. Yeah. Even a jelly roll race, I think would be really pretty with someone's like, oh, I like all the colors. Okay. Yep. Game. I got that. Yeah. And then we were thinking the Water Garden, a beeline for baby.
Heck yeah. Fat quarters. Pretty. It would be so pretty.
Yeah. Because for a beeline for baby, the quick math of it all is you can get 3 blocks from 1 fat quarter. Is essentially the math. So depending on how far you want, and your blocks are roughly like 9-inch finished. So you can kind of decide, well, how big do I want to make this quilt? Do I want to make it a queen size quilt? Do I want to make it a throw? So a fun little, 15-piece fat quarter pack would give you a nice throw size quilt.
I'm a sucker for the scrappy binding.
Gosh, I love the scrappy binding.
So I love the beeline for baby.
Yeah.
Because it, all those strips of the 2.5-inch strips for your scrappy binding. Oh,
yeah, there's perfect. A little bit more work. You got to piece all those pieces together, but it looks so cute at the end. Even whether you put a more solid border around it and then a scrappy binding, or no border and then just scrappy binding around it. It's super cute, and it really does help you, again, with your stash. You can, instead of you holding on to those 2.5-inch strips because it's a good size and I could make that into something later, just throw it into the binding and you can put it all in one quilt and be super happy with it. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you later. Where's your cookie? Is it in her mouth?
Uh-oh.
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 Did she take your cookie?
Oh,
Yeah. She did.
yeah.
Is it all gone? Do you see it? Is it in there?
Oh. This is good.
The cookie's in there.
Oh. Wow.
I think your cookie's gone. Are you gonna boop her? Oh.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.